Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Glory Reds podcast. It's your boy Don Benito, and we have some very interesting topics to discuss today. As one, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is playing hardball with Manchester United. I don't know what you guys are what you're gonna have to think about that. PSG have held talks with Manchester United over signing Jadon Sancho, and Obi Martin is having his medical at Manchester United. Guys, honestly, this in my previous episode, I talked about the transfer limbo that we are in, right? I talked about the only way things can happen or move forward for Manchester United at this stage is if they sell. We have to sell players in order for us to buy. That is it. There is no other way around it. I don't know if there is another way around it, but I don't think so. And that is how it has been. And that is why we haven't even moved in for Mazraoui and De Ligt. Anyway, so Aaron Wan-Bissaka, all this time he's been touted to leave Manchester United. We all been saying that this guy, honestly, personally, I don't mind Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I really don't mind him. I don't mind him staying. But clearly we want something different. We want to have something different in Manchester United. So I think I've come to terms with it. I'm okay with it. Like, cool. I mean, you guys will regret later, but it's cool. So he's the guy that's been put up to be sold, and he's left with 1 year left on his contract, and he could literally walk out for free next season. And Manchester United are trying to cash in. But the stumbling block that they're in right now is that Aaron Wan-Bissaka has made a demand from Manchester United. Well, his representatives have made a demand. They have said that, listen, in order for this deal to move successfully, like for us to close it, you guys have to give us some of that sum, the 18 million that West Ham want to give United for Wan-Bissaka. So I don't know how that works. Honestly, when it comes to this negotiations and how the money works, I'm not going to sit here and start acting like I'm some expert. But Wan-Bissaka is currently earning 90K at Man United, right? West Ham can actually afford to get Wan-Bissaka. They are willing to meet the valuation of 18 million. The only problem is that they can't afford his 90K a week wage at Manchester United. They can't. And Wan-Bissaka is like, hey, listen, I'm not about to sell myself short. No. If you guys really want me to go, give me some of that 18 mil. Like, give me some of that cash there so I can bounce. Because at the end of the day, those guys can't afford me. They can't afford to give me my 90K a week. And if I be going there, I'll be taking a pay cut. I'm in no rush. Like, he's in no desire. There's no hope burning through his chest for him to leave Manchester United. But he understands the situation and he will go. But under those circumstances. What do you think about this situation? Because, when I read it, I was like, you know what, man? Big ups. Big ups for you for standing up for yourself and not trying. Because, I mean, I get it. He's different. He's not the modern day fullback. I get, like, for the longest time, everybody wanted him gone. I get that he doesn't fit into the style of what Erik ten Hag is trying to build at Manchester United. He's not your modern day fullback. I get all of that. I do. But the guy is a solid right back. Like, we bought this guy for 50 mil from Crystal Palace. We're about to sell him for 18 mil. Can you imagine the depreciation? And the guy is still a good player. Wan-Bissaka is still a good player. I'm not going to sit here and start acting like, no, he's a good player. I like Wan-Bissaka. So, in a weird way, I'm impressed with him. And I'm like, yeah, man, stick your ground. Like, stand your ground. Like, these guys, if they're going to try and push you out and try to sell you, cool. But let them do it the right way. Let it be under your terms because, man, I get it. I get it. I really absolutely do get it. But on top of that, the concerns are now we will not get our signings. And Manchester United next season, we want to go all guns blazing. We want to be firing on all cylinders next season. We don't want to be having a little bit of dead weight here and there. Nah. We don't want that. We don't want that. I'm not saying Wan-Bissaka is dead weight. Please don't get me wrong. Because again, me, personally, Don Benito, Wan-Bissaka stays. Because that boy possesses certain qualities that I appreciate so much, especially when it comes to certain games. Mo Salah, Kai Havertz, Saka, Trossard, Martinelli, all these wingers that go through that channel where Wan-Bissaka's got it hold down. They usually, they don't succeed. They don't succeed. And when we have our strongest back line with Onana, and then we've got maybe Roberto Carlos, and then we've got Martinez Yoro, or Martinez De Ligt, or Yoro De Ligt, with Wan-Bissaka or Dalot. But Wan-Bissaka plays, he holds his ground, he always has stellar games. So for me personally, I'm like, hey, dog, I get it, but now I'm getting nervous because this is about Manchester United, and I'm supporting Manchester United. I want us to get in new signings. This week, man, we need a here we go. We need a here we go. Otherwise, PTSD, emotional damage is coming back because I can't go into next season worried. I can't. No, not again. Not for the second time. No. I can't have that. I can't have that. So all these sirs and all these guys at the top, they need to make a bloody plan. ASAP. There's a defender that we were trying to get, a left back, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know we're looking to get in a left-footed center back. Like, isn't this what we were crying about all this time? Like, even from last season. I mean, you heard Pastor D talking about, listen, he would sell Luke Shaw. Remember that conversation? So now they're looking for a center, like a left-footed center back. Sorry, a left back. They're looking for a left back, and the left back that I saw is David Hanko from Feyenoord. The guy's not pushing to go anywhere. He didn't even he's chilled. I don't know where that story came from. It kind of seems like bullshit because we were never ever looking to get in a left back, as far as I'm concerned, unless Branthwaite was going to, but I don't think so. Branthwaite was going to be playing left-sided center back, and then on an occasional left, maybe, I don't know, but I don't think so. So this story for David Hanko has just got me thinking, like, what's going on now? Like, is there sort of uncertainty? Are we trying to make alternative plans? The De Ligt and the Mazraoui story, that one still stands. Like, it still seems like it will happen. We just don't know when. And there are signs that De Ligt might come because already the their sporting director or whatever, the person that their speaker, a couple of days ago, he passed some comments talking about, listen, we're not ruling it out that he will go, but you have to think about the player. As it stands, he's still a Bayern Munich player. So we're basically saying we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Those are kind of like hints of like this deal is probably happening behind closed doors, underground, but we don't really know the full details yet. And then it comes again about there's this guy who was just supported, who was given his thumbs up in saying that if this boy joins Manchester United, he's going to prosper. So all these little stories that we're getting are the things that are sort of confusing and also giving a little bit of hope. Hope in the sense that for those that are seasonal, they know that this tends to have some sort of weight. Because the way it seems, De Ligt is not looking elsewhere. Either he stays at Bayern Munich or it's Manchester United. But there is no other team that's in his line of sight. He's just seeing Manchester United. He's just seeing red. You know what I mean? So I at this point, De Ligt it's held up, but there's a glimmer of hope. And then also uh Mazraoui. Now the Mazraoui and De Ligt situation, it seems like I don't know why they have brought them in as a package, because now it seems like there's a double thing going on that I'm not too sure about. I'm still waiting for that to how can I say, to dilute itself so we can understand. But De Ligt and Mazraoui package 60 mil. What? Honestly, I don't think Manchester United can pull that off. These funny double deals, we've never pulled them off. Like history has shown, we've never pulled these double deals. I don't know if. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. But I don't know if there's ever been a time where Manchester United have had a double swoop of players. Like I don't think so. So I don't know. This is now we're not we're moving into a territory that we don't want to be in, you know. And it's kind of frustrating. And you know, when you don't know what's going to happen and then you see other teams building their squads and doing their thing, it's frustrating. It really is. We just brought in two players. One is injured, one has been training, and we like, this is the new Manchester United, huh? Listen, I don't want to go into my shell. I don't. But we guys need to work hard. Ineos, please. They need to do something. And then the last but not least topic of the day is Obi Chido Martin is having his medical at Manchester United. Listen, you know, this kid, 16 years, scores goals. He is a different kind of striker. I'm actually super stoked that he's at Manchester United now. I'm happy that he chose Manchester United. I have a feeling Manchester United is his childhood club, like his dream club to ever play. Like ever since he was a baby, he was probably a Manchester United fan. Because for Arsenal to let him go and then him just easily come to Manchester United is just bizarre to me. But I'm glad, I'm happy he's there. Listen, this boy, we need to keep an eye on him, because I think this boy will be fast-tracked very fast. He's 16, maybe turning 17. He's almost there to be 18. Lenny Yoro is 18 and he's playing at the highest level. This boy. Now, I know Manchester United, we have so many strikers. Hugo, McNeil. I mean, those that have not featured yet. And then now we have this situation with what is this? With Obi Martin, and then we've got Whitley. So we're having some strikers, but this boy, I'm singling him out because of, I don't know, his stature. He's a very tall boy. He's lanky. He's strong. He's got a very good eye on the goal. You know, he can score with his left, can score with his right, he can score with his header. You know, he's got strides. I feel like the way he's growing, he will be and if he continues to pump in those goals, he will be fast tracked into the first team, and we might see he will feature for us next season. Next season, don't be surprised. Obi is joining the tour. Wherever it is, we'll be going. And then this is the last topic that I was supposed to bring up, and I even forgot. I'm sorry. PSG have held talks with Manchester United over Jadon Sancho. So this Jadon Sancho situation is not yet over. Honestly, I because the gaffer has come out recently and said that he's going to use Jadon Sancho in a different role, in the number 9 position. There's a story that he's going to be using him as a number 9, because Højlund is out and he'll be having Xerxes. So it will be, how can I say, experiment. Like last season when we played in the preseason against, I think it was Real Madrid. And Sancho was looking very, very sharp playing in that number 9 position. I don't know. I don't know if. Anyway, there's good vibes. There's good vibes. When we played against Liverpool, Jadon Sancho, he was good. He was all right, but playing out of position. For some reason, he didn't look good playing in that number 9 position at that time. He looked better when he went onto the wings or playing from that number 10 position. So it will be very tricky to see Wagwan. He might act like a false 9, connect with the number 10. I don't know, but it could work. But now PSG have come back and said, listen, let's talk with Manchester United. We don't know what has been discussed yet, but clearly they're very interested, especially after they just sealed João Neves. I'm jealous of PSG. And I know they're not gonna win the Champions League in the next 5 years, but I'm jealous that they got that João Neves because that kid, man, I want that kid at Manchester United. Him, Kobe, just having this young boy contingency thing happening there, it would have been lovely. It would have been lovely. But now I'm assuming because it seems Manchester United have pulled away from the Ugarte situation. We want Ugarte, but not for the money that PSG are trying to get the guy in. Nah, forget that story. And gone are the days are we going to let people rate us in the transfer market. So I get that situation. I get Manchester United's stance. I just wonder if they're looking for an alternative. But I don't know also because, with Sancho, with PSG wanting Sancho, I don't know how badly they want Sancho. If they badly want Sancho, then I think there might be a case for us to say, all right, since you badly want Sancho, can we have a fucking deal with Ugarte? Can we please talk? Can we lower? Can we do something? I don't know. But there could be a conversation to be held there. But I doubt it because they're not like for like. Ugarte is a midfielder. Sancho is an attacker. In terms of the finances, it could work. They could find a way. I just don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how. And I don't even know if Sancho wants to go to PSG. That's another thing because the stories I'm picking up and what I'm seeing on social media and what I'm reading, Sancho looks like he's happy to be back. It almost feels like, damn man, I'm sorry, I fucked up, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't speak for him, but he seems to be happy back. He seems to be doing in fact, this US tour actually did so much for him because he always tours America. He always goes for his preseason tours there, so he enjoys it. So with us being there and then him also coming back into the team, there's been good vibes. He's back with his boy Rashi, so there's good vibes. There's good vibes. I don't know. But if we are to sell Sancho, we need a replacement. We do. And then, oh my God, another weird story I read, which I don't know how you guys are going to take this, but Mason Mount. Mason Mount has had a stay of execution at Manchester United. Can you believe it? This when I read this story, I was like, this is what? So if Xavi Simon didn't sign with Leipzig, if he didn't go on his loan or whatever, if he didn't secure his next 12 months, if he had not done that, apparently we were willing to sell Mason Mount to bring Xavi Simon in on that thing. When I looked at it, I was like, bullshit. But at the same time, I'm like, wait, what? How? And then they started explaining that no, hasn't really featured, played only 20 games for Manchester United. This calf thing has injured, severely hindered him from, showing what he should be. And then I'm like, this would have made me lose my mind. Because first of all, we paid 50 mil, 55 something to Chelsea for Mason Mount. Now we know what we bought. Not everybody can sit. We're not going to sit here and act like we bought Mason Mount just for the sake of buying him. We know what qualities he has. And this season is sort of like, yo, Mount, Show us what you got. This is Manchester United. We're not some small team like Chelsea. No. This is Manchester United with the big boys. Second, he's wearing the number 7 jersey. Please, can we respect that number? Because that number has been worn by greats. And for some reason, we're just throwing it around. Now, there's an argument. This is the new Manchester United. Are we forgetting the olden days where we hold on to numbers, have sentimentality over numbers and stuff, because Cristiano Ronaldo donned this jersey, it should be donned by the next great thing and nothing else, or we should retire. Or we're moving into the next chapter of Manchester United where it's like this is the new era. The new number 10, the new number 7, the new number 6, the new number 9, Rasmus Højlund, that kind of thing. Where's your argument in there? So with Mason Mount, when I read that story, I'm like, whoever wrote this, or if there's any legs, or if there's any oomph in this story, like this guy can do one, because what the hell? And Manchester United, if they were really considering it, like, why are you playing with us? I mean, okay, I understand Mason Mount wasn't an Ineos signing, but boy, Mason Mount, I still want to see a lot of Mason Mount. Mason Mount next season. This coming season is Mason Mount. Like, if he doesn't pick up an injury, bro, like, that boy, he has to play. He has to play. That number 10 position is going to be very, very difficult. Honestly, I don't think he's that good in that number 10 position. I think he's better elsewhere. But nah, not that number 10. That number 10 is for my Magnifico, and it should remain like that. And everybody's back in training, which is a good thing. Now at least we can now see where the real problem is. Let's see the full squad. Let's see what's lacking, and let's see where we need to patch up, because we need to add another center back. We need to add another full back. We need to add another midfielder. And it seems like we want to add a winger. I don't know why. That is bizarre. Because, okay, maybe Anthony's leaving. Maybe they want to sell him, because honestly, I've tried. Even the when I was watching against Liverpool, when he came on as a substitute, this boy, listen, I don't know what it is about Manchester United. And don't get me wrong, people will think that Manchester United has this way of sucking the life or the talent out of players, or players come to die at Manchester United. That's not true. Honestly, I don't believe that is true. However, I do have a theory about why it is difficult at Manchester United. Well, it's not really a theory, because everybody knows, but it's the expectation. Remember, if coming to Manchester United, you should know that there's a huge expectation of you. It is a giant of a club. Manchester United is not a small boy. It's not a small pub. No, Manchester United is not milk, my friend. It is a big club. And because Manchester United is a big club, we have a magnifying glass. Everything about our club is criticized right to the finest details. You look right now, like, do you ever understand why Manchester United can never catch a break? Like, last season, people were taking a piss, even though they saw the evidence right in front of them. They saw us struggling because we didn't have center backs. But they were like, nah, fuck off. You are Manchester United, right? You're the great team. Hey, do your thing. Fix yourself. That's how it is. And because of that, they don't really pay much attention. Now, as a player, you need to come there with a very strong mentality. You do. Because you have to deal with the pressures of what everybody is expecting of you. And if you break, it is very, very difficult to come back, especially when you see the roster. Because you look at our wingers, Ahmad, Garnacho, Rashford, Sancho, Anthony. Anthony, we bought this boy for what, 80, 70 something mil? And he's dropped down the pecking order. How is that even possible? Yes, he's gone through some stuff, But we haven't heard anything else after what he's gone through. He has had time to recuperate. He didn't play in the Copa. He was recovered. What is going on? Like, this is now his, what? Is it his second season? Is it? No, this is he's going on to his third. Just like the gaffer. And still nothing. Nah. Honestly, we need to cash in ASAP. And you know what the funny thing is, or what the sad thing is? He will go to a team that doesn't have a lot of pressure on them, and he will succeed. He will succeed. Manchester United, there's just too much weight in that club. On, like, you play, you represent Manchester United, you best believe that you need to do the business. And he's taking too long to find his feet at Manchester United. Third season, and you haven't really found your rhythm, you haven't really found your voice, you haven't really found yourself, you haven't really even tried to cement that right position as your own. Ahmad is owning it, and he's like, nah. I get it. I get why they want to bring him. I get why they wanted to bring in Simon. I really do. But are we trying to get in another winger? You let me know. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Glory Reds podcast. It's your boy, Don Benito. And please, don't forget to like the video, push the notification bell so that you can continue to get our videos when we upload. And please share, leave a comment, speak to us. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about what's going on at Manchester United. Let's do it, because right now we are our only source of venting. Like, nobody's gonna listen to us. Manchester United, nobody's gonna listen to us. So let's talk amongst ourselves. Let's see, and let's try and see if we can help the club figure something out. Let's try and push a narrative, but a good narrative, trying to fix the club, not trying to, start some vendetta or whatever. It's your boy, Don Benito, and I'm out. Peace.